Welcome to my podcast, Ta-da! New backdrop, but it is 5 a.m. So you're going to have to bear with me, guys, because I thought you all had re-recording it for. So I got complaints about my sofa, being like it's not good enough. You need a better backdrop. Loads of my mates were like, "Oh, do your fucking cupboard," and I was like, "Oh, I could do." But right, so I'm going to. Sorry, I look a fucking mess, but I thought I'd re-record because it's really important to actually. Oh Jesus, the fucking podcast. So, what one shall I use this week? Buzzwords. Yeah, there we go in there. Toxic. Now it's fucking. What was it? Fucking. Narcissist. Everyone's a fucking narcissist. Reactive abuse. That's another one. There are so many people jumping on buzzwords. It's always massive in the media, it's massive on social platforms, and in my mind, it's something we've really got to sort out. Because, bitch, your life ain't interesting. It's like the grass is always greener over there and more interesting, and her garden's really nice. It's got loads of flowers. People are giving her loads of attention. Oh, but her flowers are really sad. But I'm the same. I'm like the same as her. We're like the same. Don't need to validate what's happened to you or over exaggerate, because by doing this fucking it totally takes away from what's happened to people like Jem, abusive relationships. No, I haven't. I was battering the shit out of them just as much as they were to me. It was equals to equals. That's not abuse. If anything, I was just as abusive. And to say that when I've got friends who've been through fucking shit, nah, not my cup of tea. Now, I'm not taking away from, I'm getting to the point, don't you worry, from what people have been through. People have been through shit, and it's all contextual, right? Yeah. And I wasn't you, and I wasn't there. But if you actually look into gaslighting, yeah, where's that fucking word come from? It's all to do with politics, and they're using it as a platform to create a certain social media buzz. And these words will die out. They'll be in, out, toxic. Went from like toxic relationships to now it's funny, like, oh, my toxic habit is cleaning too much. Like, oh, girl, please, your pussy still stank. Oh, but it's like I've got mates who've been through some fucking kind of shit. I'd never over exaggerate my shit or make my stuff seem. It's like what I said before about people being themselves, yeah. But in this context, it's really important because one, it becomes a fucking misery party. Oh my god, that my cat died, mate. My 2 cats died. You make my 4 cats die. Yeah, my 4 cats. My nan died though. Like, it's all contextual and everyone's been through shit. Like, it's taken away the seriousness of some of these issues and like how horrendous some of this shit can be. Like narcissism. Only 5% of the population are actually narcissists. 5%, right? The likelihood you met someone who's actually a narcissist is so small. Doesn't mean they weren't treating you like shit. Doesn't mean they weren't a fucking cunt. Doesn't mean they aren't a narcissist. I'm not that. But also, who are you to say? Narcissistic behaviour doesn't always fucking amount to a narcissist. Also, like, aren't we all kind of narcissistic? Isn't that just part of being human? Like, these buzzwords seem to add to the fucking psychophobia of just being a human. Right? Everyone's a cunt sometimes. You just can't help it. You know, you're like, I don't know why I did that. I had to. Oh, mate. I lived in shared housing. Hi, guys. Secret time. Story time with Jem. So if you were a cunt, I would do the clean the toilet with a toothbrush and then watch you brush your teeth and go, cunt. Right? Doesn't have anything to gain. It's pretty horrible. It's disgusting. Nobody gets hurt though. But it's a cunty thing to do. It's me being a cunt. It's like that fucking disorder. SAD. Affected by the seasons. No shit, bruv. Like, they get sad and doesn't everyone? Isn't that just being human? Now, because I'm seeing all these fucking memes, well not memes, fucking live the life you live without blah blah words. And to be fair, like, quotes are great. They express things that we can't always explain. However, allow some people to deal with their trauma without jumping on the bandwagon. Like, shut the fuck up, Jessica. Like, it fucking didn't happen to you like that. Like, let Tash have a fucking moment, yeah? Let her deal with it, let her be brave. I had that too, but mine was worse. Like, oh, mate, fuck off. Like, I'm not saying it wasn't worse, but like, the other thing is, it's really downplaying to people how bad this shit really is. I would never say I was in an abusive relationship ever. I'd never even say emotional abuse because it equals people's in my mind. If you're giving it and taking it, like, you are just as much an abuser or whatever fucking thing, right? And if you're aware of it happening, that's a whole half of them. Like, we're not, everyone's a fucking narcissist. It's always fucking narcissist. Like, also, so, it's like sociopaths are made or chose, like, you can choose to be one or they're kind of made. Psychopaths are just fucking born that way. Psychopaths don't know they're psychopaths. Narcissists, do you think narcissists know they're narcissists? Like, I don't think they're going around. And then it's trying to, like, two things I want to fucking get out. It's one, the grass does always look greener on the other side, yeah? Because you're not over there fucking it up, right? And maybe you were in a toxic relationship because you're poisoning the water, mate. Like, weaponising sex. Oh, but you were at home at 11. Like, you're not fucking. What? What are you talking about? That's not the way you do things. I'm not sucking. You can get on your knees, bro. Like, bow down and chow down. Like, I ain't dealing with, like, your late and whatever. But, like, it's the intimacy thing that becomes an issue. And then your memory gets clouded of what was going on. And also, it makes a massive difference in an argument of, like, okay, right, I've gone from, like, talking about, like, abusive shit to, like, an argument. What I'm saying is, like, have you ever just gone pause, mate, and get, like, most of the time your girlfriend is flipping out, give her a cuddle. Even if she's like, honestly, just bear her, like, and just, like, I'm in a situation where people go mental, they're actually losing their shit, and I'm just going, you're in there somewhere, I love you, you're in there somewhere, like, I would push to a point where I would flip out at the end, but try just being like, does it really matter? Like, at the end of the day, like, we're meant to be a team. Same with the sex thing, right? It's like, girls. You know when girls are so utterly offended when they get rejected? It's because guys always seem so desperate for it because they are so, and they're so used to getting rejected. Do you know what I mean? The man should hit me. Yeah, because he's always the one getting told to fuck off. And then she's like, yeah, you're just so cold, and you haven't hit me, and you're just horrible. It's like, that's how he feels, right? He's got a raging hold on. He wants to show you how fucking hot you are. And one, every time you've gone, go on then, wasn't it worth it for the wet patch? Wasn't it worth it for the wet patch, right? I just think, like, it's breeding a society of, like, hashtag me too. Like, fuck off. Like, it's contextual, yeah? Like, you could say, I'm not preparing things, but, like, some woman getting, like, walking home, jumped on by 4 guys, gang raped in a fucking alley, left, like, beaten to shit, left for dead, right? Horrendous, right? And then you can say, you've been flirting with a guy all night, get really, really pissed, end up in his bed and can't remember him fingering you, and you're like, he raped me. It's like, this, yeah, both are, yeah, but it's different levels of, like, horrendous, like, this is what I mean, it's, and by everyone sort of being like, like the fucking consent thing, like, when does that stop? Like, oh, mate. So, went out, date, yeah, can I kiss you? Yeah. Spoil the moment, yes. Is it alright if I touch your leg? Yes. And it's coming from a girl who likes to be on the brink. It's like, are you gonna ask me every time things are okay? Like, where does that line cross? It's like, well, this is okay, this is okay. And I know there's different levels, yeah? Right? But, like, mate, you killing the mood or what? It's like shibari. You look at the thing, the girls are like, you're like, yeah, fuck, you're fit. Do you know how long it takes to get into those sort of positions? Oh my days. I was there like, clean, ready, gonna do this. Like 2 hours later, and it's fucking, I looked amazing, yeah? Pussy as dry as a fucking desert, mate. Honest, mate. Going on. But what I'm saying is, like, at the moment it's toxic relationship, and it's gone from, like, this thing being a massive thing. Everyone's like, yeah, get out of it. But right, also, every fucking relationship you've ever gonna be in, most of the time, is gonna be drama filled. There'll be some shit going on. Something will happen. Yeah, you're gonna have to deal with shit. Yeah, are they worth it? So you got, are they worth the drama they cause? Most people don't want to. You don't enjoy, like, toxic people aren't talking around going, I'm so toxic, I'm gonna ruin your life, I'm so toxic. Like, yeah, there are kinds of that, right? But I really do think there's certain things, like the same with this narcissist thing, right? So let's say, see, a narcissism is actually a fucking personality disorder, yeah? So it's a disorder. So let's say your partner is a narcissist, but and he's aware, and you're aware. Are you just gonna leave him? Love of your life. You're just gonna leave him because he's a narcissist. There's no, like, how can we try and it's all like victim based, like, it's like, mate, you choose to be a victim, you put, like, you are a survivor. Like, can we stop, like, loads of people, like, it doesn't define you. Stop using it as like, well, this happened to me, and this happened to me, and well, do you know what as well? It's like, oh, girl, like, misery is not your personality. If your life is that boring and basic that you have to, like, elaborate, fine, but there are more interesting things to elaborate on, or like you can create, like, do you think guys find, like, fucking shit like that? And also, it's really damaging to people, right? One, don't go around just openly calling people toxic, or, like, whatever. Like, you were with them, right? And again, we're talking about, like, the basics on the level of, like, what was going on. Like, you can't now start being like, you're a cunt, you were also compliant in some way. Nobody's 100% like innocent, right? Fucking fueling that fire, right? I'm gonna wind you up. I do it all the time. I'm like, you piss me off, and I'm gonna wind you up again. Or where the hateful comes in, or the hate suck extra teeth. I just think it's getting out of hand now, mate. And, like, everyone's fine, and it's like dulling the waters, like actual, like, horrendous shit has happened to people, and everyone's like, yeah, not your turn. Shut up. Not your turn. Like, we need to be trying to push as well. Why is it you break up? Right? The new girlfriend is a cunt and your boyfriend's a cunt. Your ex-boyfriend. No. We've got to stop breeding this idea of hatred of somebody who left you because you can't admit that you're not the full glass of water for them, or they weren't the full glass of water for you. And that's not a bad thing, right? Let's hear this out, right? You can try and change someone as much as you like, right? They are them. And God. And you can't change how they feel about shit. You can't. You can't be like, I fucking care, but I will change how you feel. No. And true care and consideration, if you actually, like, there's something like whatever, anyway. You, like, try and get a bit more understanding. Like, if you thought someone was being toxic, have you spoken to him about it? Have you gone, I thought you were being toxic in that relationship? Try and gain some understanding. Don't posting a fucking meme and joining on the bandwagon. Hashtag me, hashtag this. Right? It's fueling the buzzwords. It's fueling such a, like, a societal way. And also, it's fueling this fucking eco-feminist fucking, we have to join together against, like, it's like male bashing. A lot of people have gone for shit are women. A lot of them, and, like, nothing wrong with it. If your boyfriend was a cunt, he was a cunt. If he was narcissistic that day, fine. He isn't a narcissist. And also, if he actually is a narcissist and has a personality disorder, what the fuck? Like, come on. It's like, you will watch out for sociopaths. Right? These are you girls. Best 2 bits of advice I can give you. For everyone. When you first meet someone, both sexes, how do they treat their mum and their female friends? It's like, he's got mummy issues. If he treated the only woman who should come above your partner is his fucking mother, the only woman, if there is, like, do you know what I mean? Like, if she's, well, anyway, in my opinion, is his mum. Everyone else can fuck off. But, like, and girls, right, how they treat their other girls. So, guys, if he treats his mum like an angel, but his girlfriend's like cunts, tells you something, doesn't it? If he treats his mum like a cunt, but his girl mates like angels, like, tells you something, doesn't it? And with girls, in my opinion, women are so unsupportive of other women. It's like, because I like guys, like you're a slut. Yeah, I am, 100% correct. But I'm not stuck with the guys I'm friends with. That's stupid. You don't shit where you eat, do you? You go out for takeaway, right? They're 100% right. Girls who have more male friends are usually sluttier. Just not with those people. I'm going to fuck my friends who I've been friends with for 10 years and we haven't fucked. I'm not going to have 10 years of opportunity to have done that at some point. And no. Do you see my point? Like, there is like relevance to it. I just think that people are so quick to latch on, and you should really like look at this fucking sociopath thing, right? So sociopaths are created, and you can choose to be one. So psychopaths don't have a fucking clue that they're a psychopath. They're wandering around like trying to hit your fucking lift. You know? Oh, I'm driving. Go on, get in. Is that wicked? Oh, you didn't think I was a serial killer then? No. You don't relate to two serial killers. Like, what? Everyone isn't a narcissist. Everyone hasn't been through the same shit. Stop trying to relate. You can just say, I totally sympathise, I can't empathise, that I don't understand. I feel bad for you, but I haven't been there. Like, I can't get it. Like, for example, I can understand unconditional love, and like for a child or whatever, can understand that. Can't say I empathise labour. I have no idea what that feels like. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, there's some things you can just be like. It's not a fucking competition, and it doesn't validate your existence. Like, seriously. If anything, like, don't go around advertising that shit. Like, you stupid to stay with a fucking narcissist for 8 years. Like, and you knew about it. Ooh. Like, so people got to grow. Stop blame throwing and victim choosing. Like, I'm choosing to be the victim and it's like, okay, cool. You would have done the whole time, but did you do anything wrong? You ain't perfect. Now, I am a fucking nightmare. Okay, so So, yeah, I got diagnosed with ADHD, and I thought for 10 years I had an anxiety disorder. Yeah, horrendous panic attack. Got to a point where my fucking friends were like, I was a cunt. I was screaming like anxiety, like I was the hardest of work. Like to a point where it's like, oh, Jem coming, she's coming, like they stood by me though, because I was worth it for the fucking. Do you know what I mean? I was a cunt. I screamed at them. I fought my cat. Like anxiety attacks over nothing. Like absolute ball ache, fucking nightmare, right? But by them being patient and trying to understand and helping me try and figure out what the fuck it was for 2 years, yeah, I got a diagnosis that made sense and it's made me so much better. And that care, they could have all gone, oh my god, come with you, it's so hard work. Like, and it was. Nothing wrong with saying that, right? I'm not saying that anxiety isn't a real thing, not at all. But my anxiety, it was a symptom of my ADHD rather than a cause, and understanding that totally changed everything. And being medicated. But I'm just going to have a quick check of the time. Woo! We're doing alright, Oh, how can I elegantly get back on? She said as she turned around to ride him counter. How can I elegant? There ain't no elegant way of getting off that. But yeah, I just think people like, I try and be mates with all of my like exes. Mate, some of them were cunts, massive cunts, right? And it's like fucking reviews, yeah? Boyfriend's relationship, that fucking TripAdvisor. They're quick enough to moan about the cold steak. But would they say that, like, if you've had a good time, you never fucking, like, review? Hardly ever. People always want to moan. Like, misery breeds creativity, it breeds validation of your emotions, because also, like, this fucking, reactive abuse. Oh my days, I almost spat my coffee over it. Treat others how you treat yourself, how you want to be treated yourself, right? If I am a cunt to you and speaking to you like a dick, and somebody speaks back at me like a dick, I'm like, oh, it's reactive dickheadish, right? Some of those things, they push you so hard that you become abusive. Of course, if somebody's just doing it, reacting, it's like just an emotion. Isn't that just an emotional reaction? It's like I'm reacting emotionally to what you are giving out. Like reactive sadness. You see someone crying and it makes you cry. Reactive puking. I was like, oh my. I was like, yeah, I'm now creating another one. I was like, oh my days. There is nothing wrong with lashing out and being abusive if you sat and beat the shit out of for fucking 10 hours, you turn around and punch him, but then you're a cunt. Like, do you see what I mean by it? It's like, you're not that abusive, but you can see how that moment in some people would have defined you as an abuser. Yeah, but you've hit him. And it's like, but you've got to see that. I just think it's like these crazy girls, fake pregnancy scams using like horse scams. I'm like, I don't even know where you got that from. We live in Bristol, there are no horses around here. But like, we've got to remember it takes away from people who've been through like miscarriages and people that can't have kids and fucking. I've never said I've been raped or any of these other stupid things in an abusive relationship or a toxic relationship or anything. I have been me, and I've tried to look back and go, yeah, shouldn't be doing that, Jem. That wasn't good for you. It's like toxic relationships. Everyone's like, oh, it's toxic. Yeah, but you know that mate at school that had the cigarettes. It was like, oh, Jem, I'm like, go on then, right? Even better analogy. McDonald's. You know, it is the toxic. Like, no matter what fucking shiny brand we put on it, it's 100% fake meat. Like, do you know what I mean? You know it's bad for you, right? Still, occasionally, go and have one anyway. You have a toxic relationship with McDonald's, right? It's about choosing when and understanding why. Like, why am I going to McDonald's? Is it because I feel fucking sad and I'm trying to poison myself with the toxicity of this situation and I want to self-destruct? And by thinking that way, you're like, oh shit, I need to ring my actual friends and be like, oh, save me from the burger meal. Like, I don't want to be £100 million. Oh my god, I'm so tired guys, sorry. Just because of this backdrop, I'm like, but just throwing out like he was toxic, toxic relationship. Why? Was you doing anything? Can you grow or at least gain some fucking silver lining out of that fucking shite? Like, honestly, I've had mates go through some horrendous shit and they're the happiest people. Like actual like shit, proper shit. You're like, oh, and then you hear someone being like, yeah, but like. And you're like, okay, cool. For you in context, that was him emotionally abusing you and holding financial thing, right? I understand why you feel that way. That's not quite the same as being physically locked up with like a chain wrapped around you and a fucking pack. Like, but because it's like, it's toxic. It's like the media is just blowing it up. And honestly, like the politics behind it is mad. Buzzwords are mad. They create money. They create a political thing. They create a view of the world. They create subsections of people that are like, right, this word will make these people come out and we can then this word. And it's like, nah. Narcissism is a bit different because narcissism is a personality disorder, but now it's like everyone's of course you are. You're only in your world. I'm narcissistic, you're narcissistic, like everyone is narcissistic. There's a chance to fucking met one. So I think, yeah, I met a serial killer in my car. But the likelihood of it is so fucking small. And I'm just fed up with the misery business, yeah? And people not holding up their own faults, yeah? We need to sort this shit out. Like, you need to pull up your friends if they are being dickheads. To their girlfriends, to their mates, to their mum, whoever, right? Allowing this behaviour and enabling toxic people or whatever we'll fucking say, right? You know your mate's been in a fight, pissed out their fucking head, right? They've been a cunt to a group of whoever. Now, right? I'm gonna walk over and I'm gonna batter my friend because if I don't do it, they are, yeah. And I'm your friend. I should be telling you you're being a dick. It's fine to be a dickhead sometimes. People are cunts. People don't know why. Try and understand why. Try and support them through it. Try and help them. And like, you might gain something. And also, like fucking that SAD thing. Oh, I'm sad because it's winter. It's fucking cold and we don't like it. Like, everyone's fucking sad. Being human. And I'm like, oh, you're downplaying mental illness. No, I'm not. I'm just saying, like, that is like, come on. Come on now. Also sad essay. Oh, come on. So the fucking like, so I just have no right fucking laugh. Like, I made up this fucking thing and I got it sad. I got in the book. Like a lot of this shit is like, don't allow your validating your existence by other humans' interactions. And it's like the whole fucking know who you are. Like, if you're kinky, be kinky. If that didn't happen to you, like you don't have to have had. It's like I went to like Lanzarote. Well, I went to fucking Water-erotic. Like, you don't have to one-up one or have something relate to. You can just say, I don't, it's really sort of like, I can't, how horrendous you. It's like, I feel like we're like a misery bond, and it's like, nah, I don't want to be joining this craziness, because also I feel it downplays how horrendous some people have had it. Like, some people have had some shit, and I was like, yeah, like, actual, like, stuff that's like psychological abuse, right? That's fucking, like, he's psychologically abusing. I'm sure he did, but the level on the scale was 1.5. Like, compared to fucking Sasha's 9. And she's now, forever, like, it's actually, like, please can we, like, we need a rating system for fucking girls fucking post, like, how attention seeking am I today? You're allowed to make emotion. I see stuff, and I post it, and I'm like, oh, I posted an embarrassing quote. With like all of them bang up, being like, oh, be free, be one. Because I woke up and was like, oh, yeah, that's what I want to be today. Like, it's fine to allow your emotions to run away with you, understanding why. Right. Because I really do think if we give people a bit more of a chance, a bit more intimacy, and a bit more understanding of what the fuck you did wrong. Grass is so green over there. Wow, the garden's really nice. So yeah, she's getting happy today. Oh, amazing. Watering her plants. I'm not over there fucking it up. And on my dildos falling off the wall, I think the backdrop was a success. So I'm sorry if that was a bit rambly and a bit unprofessional by him, but you got it. Also guys, I have one other amazing thing for you. So, I don't know if you saw my reel, okay, about my friends who are musicians. They didn't ask me to do that. I'm just trying to promote people who I know who are doing something fucking epic. And are within our crew, and they haven't asked for it. So unlucky guys, you're like a forceful government. I'm going to give it to you if you want it or not. My question tonight is give it a type. If you haven't eaten there, it is the best. I'll just get my best Thai in Bristol. Honestly, oh my days. There's vegan options, gluten-free options from my friend Ricky. Actually, they're really good with dietary requirements, to be fair. Nothing too much bother. They're fucking huge portions for the price. They're based here. It's like part of our community. He's fucking smashing it. So yeah, I will put links in the video bio. If you haven't tried it, try it. Big shout out, smashing it, bruv. Yeah. So every week I'm going. Also, if there's people we know that are doing something fucking epic and they're too humble to fucking promote themselves, or I just, whatever. So it's gonna happen. All right. See ya.